idea came by recovery. I will check why the engine not started. Okay, I will show you how. If I will crank the engine, look at the RPM, the needle of the RPM. Okay, I have the scan tool with me. I'll show you here. Here, you select actual engine speed and target idle RPM. This is 0. If I will crank the engine, it should be, there is a value here. If I will crank, look at that, I will crank the engine. See, it doesn't move. So there is a fault, the crank sensor. There is a fault. If I read the code, I will show you that. If I read the code, I'm sure that is a crank sensor. Okay, crankshaft position sensor A circuit. If I will erase, I will see if the codes nothing. Okay, so there is a fault in the crank sensor. See here, I will choose the RPM. The RPM, where is the RPM? That is easy. Don't look here, look at there on the right side, so you can choose the RPM, means the engine speed. Yeah, there, it's very easy to find out. See, if I'm looking here, I have to read everything I have to read one by one. So look at here. If you see the RPM, then you can select the actual engine speed. I'll start it now. See, nothing. Okay, guys? Okay, guys? So that is the way how to troubleshoot the engine one startup. Okay, guys? This is the aftermath after the replacement of the crank sensor. I did replace also the cam sensor. So if it is better to replace both the crank sensor and the cam sensor, because I need the perfect synchronization of the crank sensor and the cam sensor. So if you look at the needle of the RPM here, okay, I will start up the engine. Look, just only a little bit crank, it will move the RPM needle, right? Okay, there is no check engine light, so I will drive the car to test the engine performance. Okay, guys, I am driving now. There is no hesitation nor jerk. Okay, as I told before, that if you suspected defective crank sensor, just look at the needle of the RPM while cranking the engine. If the needle doesn't move, that is 100% sure there is a fault in the crank sensor. Okay, it's either the crank sensor or the harness. So before you replace, just check visually the condition of the harness. It might be not, it might be cut, the connector, or not insert properly. Okay, that's it. Problem solved. If you have doubt the engine is cranking only, just remove one of the ignition coil and insert I use a spark plug just check the spark. If there is no spark, you won't be able to start up the engine. Okay? If there is no spark, means that you have a defective crank sensor. In Japanese car, like like Kia, this is Korean car. Okay? In Korean car, you won't be able to start up the engine if the crank sensor is defective. But in other Japanese car, if you won't be able to start up the engine, there is no problem on the crank sensor, but there is a problem on the cap sensor. So you have to bear in mind the differences of the the diagnosis of engine world startup. Okay guys, thank you.